Good morning, Greg here, burner both ends, burner on the front end of July 4th, 2018. It is 7:49 a.m. Pacific. Post is a little bit later today. I decided to give myself an extra hour of sleep this morning just to get a little bit extra rest. Have the day off from work. We got some parties with the family today, some parties for my kids. And so just my perspective on sleep and schedule has shifted dramatically since I started this burn at both ends concept. And so, 6 months ago, well, actually, I guess it'd be like 8 months ago by now. We're about 6 months in. 8 months ago, I was going to bed about 10 p.m., getting up at 5:30. So 7 to 8 hours of sleep, but it wasn't good sleep. And then now, I go to bed at midnight, get up around 5, and the sleep is phenomenal, I have to say. I'm having great dreams. I'm hitting the pillow, going right to sleep. It's great. And so this morning I was like, let me give myself an extra hour, get a little extra rest. And it's funny how now my thinking is 6 hours is extra sleep. Waking up at 6:30 is sleeping in, and I'm really fascinated with that perspective shift in me. And if you would have told me this 8 months ago, I wouldn't have believed you. But I'm thrilled to be in this spot. And then another perspective shift that I'm working on right now is my focus at work. I talked about kind of this odd dilemma I'm in right now where my contract ends in February. I was just offered to lead 2 projects. That's roughly an 18 to 24 month commitment. So that's a little awkward, right? And it's like, what do I choose to focus on at work? Do I choose to focus on some of the challenges that I see in working with me to keep me in this role, or do I focus on the huge benefits I get from this job? And I'm a big fan of Gary Vee, as you all know, and so he's real big on empathy, and that's something that I'm working on. That's one of my work items. And I have this patience thing, or this impatience thing that runs through me, and this blaming thing, and those do not benefit deploying empathy. And so my self-work is suppressing those and bringing out empathy. And I find that when I do that with work and I have empathy towards leadership and the challenges that I see with them in decision making, just because of the way the organization is structured. This is not like one person who's sitting there controlling this. This is an organization challenge. There's no doubt about it. And so if I deploy empathy toward them, it enables me to focus on the benefits of work as opposed to the struggles. And that's really helping me because, the benefits are, I have no problem taking time off if I need to help my family. If one of my daughters is sick and leaving work in almost an instant to go pick them up, it's not ever a problem getting time off to do important things for the family, whether it's vacation time, or whether it's I gotta be home for an exterminator to come, or whatever it is. It's never ever an issue. And so having a 25-30 minute commute in the Bay Area is a luxury, and the fact that I bike to work, so it's not really even a commute, it's more just like exercise. So and I think what would happen is if I found another position, which would most likely be, would come with a 1 hour at least commute, I would find very quickly how maybe that increased salary would not, at all compare to some of the negatives that come with that extra commute. I have this real aversity to wasting time, and I consider sitting in a car, sitting in traffic, to be wasting time. I mean, I'm sure I could leverage that time by listening to audiobooks, things like that, but at some point this is just such a waste. Anyway, so that's my other perspective shift, and that just kind of came from last night's post talking about some of this dilemma and some of the leadership challenges that I see, and deploying empathy to realize that it's not any one specific fault. It's more like an organizational challenge, and I know for a fact that all the leaders above me are doing the best they can with what they got. I just know that's true. And so I'm going to focus on that, and then focus on the benefits of the job, and that's really going to empower me to move forward and and just do great things at work. So, and then today's all about having some fun with the family, celebrating our wonderful country, because I do believe that just to switch gears here, I do believe that we are living in the greatest country that's ever existed. This is the greatest time to be here. We are the most tolerant, the most compassionate. With all the negative things going on in the world, I still believe that this is an amazing time to be alive, and focusing on that. So we have a few parties to go to, for my kids, and so we're gonna have a lot of fun today. We're making this July 4th fruit salad thing with blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, and then my wife's making this cream cheese yogurt dip. So I think we're also throwing bananas in there. Bananas aren't white, but pretty close to white. So, and then that's about it. And then something else I did this morning. So part of my where is it? Here it is. Part of my 90-day wealth conditioning. Right, so today was one of those days, and I'm always challenged by this one. It's the act in spite of, and what it is here. I'll read it again because it's worth reading, because this is a good one, because it always challenges me. Because act in spite of. Choose an action that challenges you and moves you forward. Take that action today, in spite of any negative feelings or what your mind may tell you. Write down the action you will take today, and at the end of the day, describe the feelings you felt in completing the action, and/or how you feel you've grown by taking the action in spite of. And so my action was, I reached out over LinkedIn with a C-level executive named Christina Elwood. So if you recall, maybe you have to go back to the post, but in late April, she came to work and she hosted a pitch competition. And I had a pitch. It was like a really short, 1 minute pitch is what it was. And then she gave you feedback. And the way that it worked out was she grilled everybody that was up there for quite a bit of time, and I was the first one to go, and so I got the most time. Felt a little bit bad about that, but at the same time it was really beneficial. And she gave you feedback on the pitch in real time, and she made you correct it in real time and just do it again, and then do it again, and do it again, and talk about some discomfort. And I really appreciated her style. I mean, it was intense, and I love that intense style. And so I've been, watching her on LinkedIn, and I really connected with her that day, and I wanted to have a really good reason to reach back out to her. And since that time, that pitch concept has gone away, so I really didn't have a reason there. But so I was like, you know what, I'm of service. So I reached out to her this morning, and I have to admit, it was uncomfortable writing the DM because I felt really weird, but I knew it was something I had to do. I just thanked her again for coming, and I asked her if there was anything I could do to help her. And I'll see how it goes. I'll see what the response is. That's something that I've been doing intentionally a lot. Especially on the ENS platform. Anytime anyone follows me, I ENS them back, and I ask them, hey, burn at both ends here. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help you in your life mission, or your personal mission, or your business mission. And it's amazing how no one takes me up on that. Actually, one person said that they would, but they haven't come through with anything. But it's incredible. And I'm curious as to why that is. I wonder if it's this thing in me where I know I have a hard time asking for help. I talked about that on this HBD project. I needed help making drawings, and I knew that I wasn't really able to effectively and efficiently do that on my own time. And so I did ask for help. It's working out great. His name is also Greg. And yesterday he put in some extra effort. He went the extra mile. He banged out some drawings, and I really appreciated that. And so I would not have been able to get to where I am right now with HBD without his support. And we have some more work to do. And I really hope that this kind of grows into, he becomes like my go-to guy. That would be awesome. And so I asked Christine if she's anything that she needs help with, and we'll see what comes back. It is an awkward position to be in, seeing how she's C-level and I'm engineer, but this is This is how things work. You never know when someone is going to be able to step in and provide this tremendous help. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. And so that's my post for this morning. So have a great 4th of July. Be safe if you're doing fireworks. There's always hear about these firework accidents, and so keep all the digits and all the hands and all the eyes and all those things. So this channel is all about my journey as an aspiring entrepreneur. It's the things I'm putting in place, the things I'm trying, experimenting with to see what works, what doesn't. Keep what works, throw away what doesn't, tweak it. This success journal is really crushing it, I have to say. The burn at both ends schedule is really just flipping my perspective. I'm really liking this empathy thing around work. It's really helping me. I have to admit, I feel relief just when I go through that thought process. So really like that. I'm going to have some fun today. And so subscribe, comment down below. Tell me about your journey. Tell me what you're up to. Ask me for help. I'd love to help however I could. I want to be of service. So that's where we're at. So check out some of the links down below. There's some good motivational sites down there, things that have inspired me this year. There's some great music down there. I added a new one. What's it called? Like Gramophone or something. I have it written down somewhere, but Gramophone, I think, is the name. Really digging that. It's this kind of like tribal techno kind of thing. Really good for working, I find. And then the beat in the background is Afrobeat inspired by Fela Kuti. I'm a drummer, so I've been drumming for a few decades. My alter ego is G Money, so I write these beats. So check it out on SoundCloud. There's a bunch of them there, a bunch of different styles. And I am working on album number 2. So once iCore wraps up, I plan on moving to that. And just, the iCore program, this thing that I've been doing for the last, we're in week 5 right now. Week 5 right now. This is this entrepreneurial training around tech transfer. Tech transfer is sponsored by DOE. So teaches us about the lean startup model, customer discovery, business model canvas, all those great things. Because it's something that really fascinates me. So we will wrap there. Have a great 4th once again. Go out, do great things, inspire folks, crush it, and I will see you tonight.